Alright guys, that was it. That was the third debate. It was it was alright. It's super fucking late. I'm super tired. And you know, I kind of feel like while it was an alright debate, it was not as much of an impact on the election as the first debate, or even as much as the town halls were. Um, Now, a couple of things that I do want to mention about this debate was you could tell that Joe Biden. I, I don't know if they're. Look, there's a lot of rumors that say that he's on some kind of upper, that they're using some kind of performance enhancing drug with him. I don't know. Um, Honestly, I obviously can't say for sure. But as the debate went on, you could tell that his stamina started to decrease. He started to make more of the Biden gaffes. He started to slur his words a little more. He started to lose his focus. Um, while Trump didn't really seem to lose focus, he didn't, you know, slur his words. Um, and I think that was pretty obvious and evident for everybody to see that um, Trump can handle an hour and a half debate, whereas Biden, around an hour, starts to wane and, uh, like I said, lose focus. And so maybe they are using performance enhancing drugs, but I don't, like I said, I don't know for sure. That could really just be his stamina as a 78-year-old man. Another thing about this was the cutting the mics off thing. Um, I didn't catch a single instance where they cut Biden's mic off, but they did cut Trump off a couple times. I don't understand how that is, but it wouldn't surprise me if, you know, Trump has an arsenal of things to say because the truth is on his side, right? Like, Biden has these pre scripted answers and um, responses that are short and sweet to the point because they know that he can't go off on a rant like Trump can. His focus doesn't allow him to do that, or the lack thereof focus doesn't allow him to do that. So I don't know if there was timers behind them. I did catch at one point. I did see the 2-minute timers. I guess we'll wait and see the numbers. Somebody always comes out with the numbers on how much speech time each one of them had. But in my opinion, it did seem like they cut Trump off, whereas they didn't really cut Biden off. Um, Now, in regards to the very end, with the, or you know what, really regarding the whole debate, there was a couple times where this moderator would not allow Trump to answer a question or ask a question to Biden and would cut him off, but then Biden would be able to respond to um, the thing that Trump had just said. So it's almost as if she wouldn't allow Trump to really get into the topic or the question that he was trying to get across, but then she would allow Biden to um, speak on it and get his point across on the topic. So it just, obviously these debates aren't fair, man. They've been pandering to Biden this whole time. They've changed the rules to allow Biden to be a senile old man. And it's not fair, but, you know, I don't really think it matters at this point. This wasn't a really eventful debate, in my opinion. Maybe it's because the first one was so fucking outrageous, but this one wasn't, it really wasn't that great, I don't think. I think Trump handled himself well. I think he was respectful, which, you know, um, the first debate, he came off very disrespectful, very arrogant, and a little childish. Whereas this one, he held himself together a little more, which probably I think it probably caught him a couple votes when he, throwing that net out there like that, for the people that don't care for the childish things. But what we have to understand is that Trump, as our president, he is just a person. He has his own personality. I'm sure he's an arrogant son of a bitch, I mean, I'm sure he's not a very enjoyable person to be around a lot of times because he's, you have to be a certain type of person to be a billionaire business mogul. You have to be that type of person that'll run over everybody and run over everybody to accomplish your goal. And I think that Trump has proved that he is that kind of person. And that is beneficial to America. It's beneficial in the fact that, it would be great if the world was peaches and cream and everybody got along, but countries don't get along. Countries have differing views, and these differing views sometimes spark conflict. We need somebody in charge that is not afraid of conflict, that can handle conflict, and can handle conflict in a way that they don't just forfeit their view in order to keep peace. So we need that in a president. You might not need that in a best friend, but you need that in a president. So it's a good thing that Trump is that person. Whereas Biden is he's a speed bump, man. You just roll over him. And I think that came across pretty strongly tonight. I think if anything came across very well, it was their personalities. And like I said, the things that we need in a president and the things that we need in a leader, I can't say that Biden has. Obviously, this debate did not change my vote, or change my mind or my opinion on who I want to be president, just because I know that Biden will sell everybody out to China, and that you can't doubt that. He did it for 8 years under Obama. And that was another thing, the email thing. Trump shouldn't have to ask that question, right? Like, if it was in the news right now that Trump, I mean, fuck, dude, the Russia stuff got brought up, Like, if Trump was in the news right now, and Trump had a laptop. Say Donald Trump Jr. had a laptop, okay, and everything that's going on with Hunter Biden right now it was on the other shoe, and it was Donald Trump Jr. Do you think that the moderator would have asked about that? And if Donald Trump would have walked around it with a bunch of politician answers and danced around the answer and not really answered the question, do you think that the moderator would have pushed for an answer, for a secure answer, for a direct answer, rather than letting him dance around? I guarantee it. It wasn't that way with Biden. They let him slip through because he is a politician. Because where there are people like me, or people like maybe you, that don't like politicians, that don't want the world run by politicians, that don't want to be in the pocket of politicians, there are people out there that do. Because that's the way it's been for a long time. And it's a similar thing to Stockholm syndrome. You become comforted by the victimization. You become comforted by the tyranny. And it's fucked up. It sucks, but that's the truth. There's just always opposing views out there. So, for me to have that view about not liking politicians running this country, I'd rather have it be run like a business so that it flourishes, and by the billionaires flourishing, that means that they create businesses and invest money into areas, and those businesses flourish, which hire people. That creates jobs, which hires people, which those people might save their fucking money or be able to invest in something and become a millionaire themselves, and then go on to create another business, which they hire people. Like, this is the way that America works. This is a free market. This is the way that it works. And when it's run like a business, it flourishes. When it's run by politicians, the money stops there. That's where the money stops. So, I don't know. But, like I said, there's different views out there. And all I can tell you guys is go out and vote. Whatever you think, whatever you walked away with tonight. Do some research on it. Look into the things that they told you to go and look into. Look into the history of it. Look into the Biden emails. Look into the Trump taxes. Look into what Trump claims that he's done. Look into what Biden claims he's done. And just do research yourself. And don't do headline research. Fucking look into it. Read multiple sources. And not just from your one echo chamber, whether you're Republican or Democrat. Look into both. See what you come up with. I'm gonna go to sleep. I thank you guys so much for watching. I will check in with you tomorrow. And have a good night, guys. Once again, take care of yourselves, take care of your family. Take responsibility for yourselves and your actions. Take it easy.